and record. Okay, well, welcome back to Modern Agent Blueprint with Nikki and I. So excited because we were talking the other day about client appreciation gifts, and we were talking about all the different things. I am notorious for buying all the things and never doing anything with it. Like Angie just said, she's got these cute little boxes in her closet that have been there for 2 years or a year or whatever. Same thing here. I thought you were going to show me, Angie. I thought you were reaching for it. So, you know, it happens. Like I think we have the best of intentions as realtors. I think we are always looking for the cute thing, the next thing, the new thing, this, you know, something fun to do to show our clients that we love them and we appreciate them. But occasionally, you know, time gets away from us and we are not able to do all the things that we want to. And maybe this is the year that we make a decision to actually use the things that we buy. I struggled this year because I was not going to do a client Christmas gift. I was just going to do a card. And then I was like, you know what would Nikki do? What would Nikki do? And I know Nikki, well, I don't know if you did anything this year, but
I did not do anything last year and I still feel guilty about it. So I'm doing something this year. I have to assemble all of that. So,
well, I'm going to show you guys what I am doing this year for Christmas because I think it's the freaking cutest thing in the whole world. And Megan, I know you're in my market and you're probably not going to be able to find the same thing, but I'll tell you where I got it and maybe you can go do the same. Because it's so freaking cute. So, well, let's just start with Christmas, right? So Christmas is right around the corner. I don't know if you guys follow Selling the Suburbs, but Amanda Albright is amazing, but she makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. And she's a gift giver. That's like her love language. But I always feel like, man, I really should be doing a lot more for my clients. I feel like I already do so much stuff, but I think that these extra little touches really keep people, it keeps you at the top of their mind. So when they are thinking about buying or selling, they're like, oh yeah, Nikki, oh man, you remember, or like when you're putting up your Christmas ornaments and you see that one ornament that Nikki got you last year. Those are things that I think people are like, oh yeah, that was really nice of her. So this year, for all my clients that have bought a house with me, I am doing ornaments, and these have been an effing nightmare. Let me just tell you that. So I bought them at Home Goods. They're so cute, right? Like this little
that is cute
wood frame. My whole idea was I was going to have the back engraved. Well, I called one engraver. I was going to have the back engraved with just like my logo. He wanted $20 per ornament. I was like, I paid $3 for these ornaments. I am not paying $20 to have it engraved. So then that went, this was like, I swear it was like, if you give a mouse a cookie. So then next I was like, you know what I can do? I can engrave with my Cricut. So I was like, I'm going to do that. Well, then my Cricut didn't have the capability. So I bought a new Cricut. So if anybody wants a Cricut, I have one for sale. Okay. Because it works great. I just had to get the next set. But guess what? It doesn't fit. It's too thick. So now I'm back to square one. So I bought labels.
I was going to say, put a sticker on it.
Yeah, you know what I did? I bought stickers. They were supposed to be clear. They're not clear. They showed up white, and I'm about to just off myself.
No, I think the white would be cute, though. I think the white will be cute on that because it matches the front.
I think it'll be tacky. I feel like it'll be tacky. I'm gonna go to when we get off here, I'm gonna go to Staples and I'm gonna see if they have any clear labels. If not, I'm about to just send it with nothing and just say, you know what? They're gonna think of me when they see this.
Use the white label.
Nicole, I have a recommendation. I don't know. I know you guys are in a totally different market, but our local library has this thing called this lab. I know it sounds so off the wall, but check with them. Like, look for your local library. Like ours now has a lab that you can engrave anything. They do embroidery. They do all this stuff for super cheap.
Megan, do you know anything about that in our area?
I know our library has cool stuff, but I've never heard of that.
So I didn't even know this existed. So they just opened a library in my community. That lab isn't open, but apparently this is a thing at all of our, a lot of our, I shouldn't say all, most of our libraries.
That's actually a super cool idea. I know that we have like maker, like there's like a maker lab thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they just did classes though. I don't know if they just do like drop-in because that would be freaking cool.
Yeah. So at our library, there's like designated hours. There's a whole lab. I can do all this crazy stuff. I'm like, oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Yeah,
I did
so-
not know that that was even a thing, but that's something to look into.
Yeah. And if it's not, I would start asking your library, like, hey, check this library out. This is what they're offering.
Yeah,
It's kind of a big thing, and they're rolling it out in a lot of our local libraries. So it's just
that's
a
super
thought.
cool. Hmm. Well, I love that idea because I feel like it's stuff like this. Like, I mean, I could send these out and have these engraved. I mean, I was to the point where I'm like, should I just buy a laser engraver? And then I'm like, this is too, like, I cannot do this right now. I'm not buying a laser engraver and trying to figure this all out right now, 2 weeks before Christmas. I cannot do it. So we went on to the next best thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those ornaments. We'll figure it out, but they need to get out ASAP. But
So are those for the people that close on a house this year?
yep. So these go out to, it says our first Christmas in our new home 2024. So I got
Okay.
these at Hobby Lobby. Last year I bought super cute porcelain ones at Target. I bought them all. I bought everything that was at Target, and I always look as soon as they put ornaments out. Like I try to go to Target like every couple of days to see, like, because you know they put out more inventory. So I
Yeah.
buy up all of them. So last year I bought everything they had and I still needed more. So I just ordered them online and they came. It was great. No issues. These ones I bought all on Amazon, or no, not. I bought them at Hobby Lobby. So
Mhm.
I just bought I bought them all. To be honest, this is so funny. I had no idea how many I needed. I just bought all of them. And then I was like, they're $3. I'll just, if I don't need them, I'll just throw them away. But exact number, I bought the exact number of what I needed. I don't know
Whoa.
how that worked out, but it did.
Well, at least something worked out for you.
I know, just that. Just that. Okay, so let's show you what I did. So I actually, these are the same gifts. I just had to buy different bags. So everything I got was from Home Goods. So like I said, I was not going to do yes, that is manifestation, Angie. I was not going to do these, but I was at Home Goods and I saw these adorable little coffee cups with little lids. And inside is just a single shot of like a little bag of hot chocolate. So these are all hot chocolate. And they're all these cute little cups. And some of them are red and green, and some of them are blue. Some of them have like little ornaments on it. And I was like, well, that's the cutest thing in the whole world. This would be a cute little, and they were 12 for $9.99. So I was like, that's super cheap. I could do that. And then I went over to the candy section and I was like, what else could I get? And I found these adorable little gingerbread houses that have some little individually wrapped. I don't know why it's blurry. And is my background blurred? Maybe that's why. Individual little chocolates inside. So I thought that was cute. This is very chocolate heavy. So hopefully my clients like chocolate. And that was also 12 for $14.99 for these. And then I bought these big boxes of little stirs. So these are chocolate dipped with marshmallows. These have mint. There's chocolate with mint. There's white chocolate and marshmallow. And then each person is just getting each one of these in a bag. And then
That's really cute.
I made the little tag. This is actually tagged from
Ooh.
suburbs. So it says, there's no place like home for the holidays. And I put my logo and my picture on it. And I said, your favorite realtor. So each person is going to get one of these and we're going to go hand deliver them to each of the houses. Brooke gets to help me with that. So we're going to go, I've created my list of everyone who I want to send to. And then, I mean, not everybody's going to be able to get it because it's just not possible for me to send to every single person I've ever sold a house to. So I went by the amount of bags I had and the supplies I had. So I have 48. So 48 people are getting these. So I made my list of 48 people that are going to get them. And then everyone else is just going to get a Christmas card. Do you guys want to hear my debacle about my Christmas card?
Yes.
This is a nightmare too. Adorable cards, right? I got these super cute cards at Home Goods as well. My Cricut, I did not know this. My mom told me that you can like write with the Cricut. So you just stick a pen, like a marker, a special marker in there. So it wrote out my thing. And then I did 10 and I realized that I wrote out your YOU''RE, your favorite realtor. So I had scrapped 10 cards. Oh my God. This has been a debacle, you guys.
Can you white it out?
I tried and it looks tacky. So
Okay.
I'm
I was
just,
gonna say, yeah,
I
feel like that'd be
tried.
obvious.
It looks tacky. So I have 2 more boxes of cards. And I figured it out at 10 and there's 15 in the box. So I got 5 that are normal. And then I'll have to continue. It takes a long time. It takes like 6 minutes per card to write out, but it looks
You can write
really
it.
nice. Like you could probably print it easier in your printer, but I did it on the Cricut just because I figured out how to do it and thought this would be easier, but can't say that it's been easy through any of this. Nikki, what are you doing for your client gifts?
Okay. Give me 1 second so I can grab it. Hang on.
I should have warned you. Okay, well, while she's doing that, is anybody else doing any client gifts?
That was not meant to say crucify. I put in the comment Cricut and it says crucify. I apologize. Talk about stuff.
You're so funny. So the new one I bought is the Cricut Maker 3. My old one was a Cricut Explore Air 2 or something. And I only upgraded because I wanted the option to be able to engrave. And I did actually engrave like a little acrylic ornament. Where is it at? I flung it across the table when I was trying to grab the stuff. Oops. So I did engrave like a cute little plastic ornament. I know you can't really see what it says, but it says Merry and Bright. Let me see if I can you see it? It's a little.
Oh, super cute. Yeah.
So this was a tester. I was just trying it out to see if it worked. It actually works really well. You just can't really, it's hard to see. So it'd be better if it was like thicker, I think, or if I could put some ink in it somehow. So this was just my little tester, but
you have a Maker 3, the number.
Yeah. Yep. The Maker 3. So, and there's so much stuff you can do with it. Like my mom is a crafter and she does all kinds of cute stuff with it. And she sells a lot of her stuff at craft fairs and stuff like that. And she's done the thing that everyone seems to love are these cute little calendars. Like she's got dogs, cats, and like flowers. And then like each month you just like pull, it's like a little like individual calendars per each month. And those sell out like crazy. So I feel like clients would probably love something like that if they're a dog person or a cat person. So it could be something that would be cute and easy. And I mean, it takes my mom, I don't know, like half an hour to make a set of them. So like if you had a whole bunch over the year, something you could do. Nikki, go ahead and show us.
Okay, well, now I have a debacle.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we'll figure that out later. Okay, so can you see?
Oh, you got it.
No,
No, you might
right.
have to turn off your background.
All right, hang on. Damn it. Let me see how to do that. Sure. How do I get rid of the background?
Go to video and then click on video settings.
Okay. Video. Adjust background. None. There we go. Okay. I think.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. Can you see this? So this is like a little melting snowman.
Cute.
So I'm going to put that, well, I was going to put that in my mug. It's too big.
Oh.
So I don't know. We'll figure that out.
So maybe
Go
just
ahead,
do
what were you gonna say?
like wrap it with like cellophane or like tulle or something, or stick it in a bag on top of each other or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you just take it out of the box? Like it looks like it's actually already wrapped in that box.
Well, it's not wrapped, it's just in the box, but I have cellophane. So I don't know. We'll try one out and see. But I have like that crinkle gift wrapping stuff that's like gold and white that I was gonna put in there. The idea was put that in there, this in here, cellophane, bow, call it good. But now we got to rethink this. So we'll see. But yeah, and then I was gonna drop that off to everybody. But I had 3 or 4 years ago, it was a white mug and it just had my logo on it. And everybody was like, can I get another mug? They're my favorite. And so I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just do another set of them and do them in a different color. So that's what they're getting this year.
Where are you getting your mugs made and how much were they?
The mugs were less than $2 each. I think that they were like $1.25. And you have to order 72 of them. If you order more, obviously it's cheaper. And I will have to look to see where I got them from because I don't remember.
Okay, you'll have to comment on the video with where you got them from once you do.
Yeah, I will look at my email right now, but everything, it was like less than $5 for everything.
Yeah, I love that. I would have to like add up what all mine cost, but it could not be more than, because these all came in a big box of 60. No, 30. Sorry, came in a big box of 30. So, and that was 30 for $9.99. So 10, 20, $35 times 48 people plus bags. Bags were, I think, $5.99 or something for 12 each. So, and I have 3 different kinds of bags because I couldn't find all the same, but pretty cheap. I mean, relatively cheap. It's for each person. So, and I think this is good. And this is, I'm not doing like, there's no QR code, there's no call to action. It's just literally a little thank you.
It's cute.
So let's, Nikki, I think yours is super cute. I love that little melty snowman. Because you did it before. You did the white mug with a cocoa bomb when the cocoa bombs were like all the rage. You had to have somebody make them for you or something.
Yep. And then, so she custom made a bunch of different kinds and then she packaged them all for me too. So
Yeah,
I just literally, I just gave her the mug, she packaged them all, and then I picked them up. So I was trying to do something a little different from that. So I came across the melting snowman at Aldi last year and I was like, oh dang, I should do that. And then I never got around to it. So I was looking for them this year.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a super cute idea. So I'm going to show you a few more things. Actually, let me show you what I'm implementing this year. Again, Amanda from Selling the Suburbs, sorry, I'm making a bunch of noise, gave me this idea, but I've taken it and changed it just a little bit. So I always send birthday cards to all of my clients. Every birthday I send them a card. So this year I decided that's boring. I'm tired of doing that. I don't want to just do that anymore. So I'm stepping it up a little bit. So each person is going to get like a little box in the mail. And I just bought, hold on, it came in the mail today. I'll show you. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to see it or not, but I bought, oh, you can, holographic packing tape so I can pack the boxes. So it'll be like a little fun something. And in each box, I made these myself. It was a pain in the butt, but little happy birthday cards. And it's got like a little candle stuck through it. And it just says, cheers to an amazing year ahead. Your favorite realtor, Nicole Elizabeth. In the little box, there is, and these were hard to find, but I found them at TJ Maxx. They are little chocolate covered pretzels in the birthday cake flavor. So there's 3 little pretzels. I bought these little confetti poppers on Amazon. So you just twist it up and it pops out the end. A little happy birthday balloon, just a singular little balloon. And then I bought and made all these little like colorful matches. So I bought the little bottles on Amazon. I bought the little match strikes and then the little matches. And then my son and I put like 20 matches in each little bottle. So then it's, and then I have like iridescent, I don't know if you could see it, iridescent little crinkle paper in the bottom. And then all of this fits perfectly in this box. So then they can have everything right here. The little card goes right on top. And then I can mail this all out. And I haven't figured out the postage yet. I have the weight of the box. So I just need to figure out the postage. It'll probably be like $4 or something like that. But I actually was trying to find, I just bought black boxes because it kind of goes with my brand, but I really wanted to get something fun. Like, I really wish they had like a white box with like sprinkles, like a confetti type box, like just to have something fun come in the mail. But I figured the tape would help a little bit with a little zhuzh. But I figure I'll just print out a little tag. You can print out tags for UPS, like right on, or USPS right on their site, put a tag on here, and then you could just drop it off instead of having to, oh, Nikki, mugs from Fort Imprint, good. So that way I don't have to like go and stand in the line every time I need to send out birthday boxes. I can just, I know the pre-measured weight. I have everything ready to go. We're good.
Can you give the measurements of that box?
I will have to look at my Amazon.
And have you
I actually meant to get a bigger box, but this actually worked out perfectly fine.
have you thought about just designing a box for happy birthday and doing it through like you printing kind of like the CMA boxes?
So yes, but I'm cheap and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Got it.
But that would be super cute and I would much rather like that would be probably like a long-term thing. I kind of wanted to see how these birthday boxes go, but I know she does that too. I know the program that we met in, they have the CMA boxes that are all like designed and they do have, you can design the same thing with like on the inside lid, like happy birthday and all that stuff. So I thought that would be super cute too.
Yeah.
These boxes are 6x4x2 and I got them on Amazon. So 6x4x2 and they were 25 boxes for $23.
Cool. Thanks.
And I just got black, but they have like, you could get pink boxes, you could get all different colors. So I thought that was super fun. So I just thought I'd step it up a little bit with my birthday boxes, do something a little different for my clients, and hopefully people love it. I used to just do a card with a scratch off ticket. And then I was like, you know, this is kind of lame. I'm kind of bored with this. It's not really lame. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I've been doing it for years and I'm just ready for something new. So I'm going to show you my next thing. So I did this for an open house, but this will be a super fun thing if you guys do like a neighborhood event or you want to just go through your neighborhood and farm your neighborhood. But it was for 4th of July. You could easily do this for like Memorial Day or Labor Day or something like that. But so I found all of this stuff is from Amazon. I just did it easy. I found these like American flag individual bags. I bought glow sticks, obviously, little twirly red, white, and blue suckers. And then I found, I'm not going to take them out of the bag, but little bubbles, like little mini bubbles. And I just put them all in the bag. And then so I had these for open houses. I did an open house right before 4th of July. So I had like a little 4th of July tag with my QR code. So it just says happy 4th of July. Thanks for popping by our open house. This would also be super cute if you want to do those little poppers, like the little things that you throw on the ground. You could do sparklers. You could do anything like that. Like I was just thinking, what could I do to give out something? And honestly, it was kind of last minute when I bought all this stuff. So I thought it would be super cute to do like, I mean, if you really thought about it, you could do all kinds of different things like flags, you could do all kinds of different things, but this was what I was doing for my open houses, but I thought it would be great door to door, maybe just your neighborhood, maybe just your street, something like that, or take it to where, you know, if you have like a fireworks thing in your neighborhood or nearby, you could hand them out to kids, stuff like that. I thought that that would be a super fun little idea. Let's see. Sorry, I was just looking. Do you do a yearly birthday gift for every past client? Yes, so every client. So I do this for everybody. I have my list of all my clients, all their birthdays. I usually ask them either in the initial consultation, I ask when their birthday is. I actually have a Google form that they fill out with all their information of what they're looking for in a house. And in the end, ask for their birthdays, if they have any kids, if they have any pets. So I get their birthdays through there. If for some reason I don't have them fill that out, then I get it after closing. I've also in the past asked my title company because they copy their driver's license. So I've asked my title company to put together a list of everybody's birthdays who's closed with me that year. The only hard part is if, let's say, the husband was the only one on the title, then we don't have the wife's birthday. So that's where it gets a little bit hard. So I just try to collect it from them, either through my like review email or try to touch base with them. Like, hey, I want to put you in my, I'm adding you to my birthday list. You know, can you send me your birthdays? And most people are like, oh yeah, for sure. You're going to send me something good. I'm like, maybe keep an eye out, you know, like I don't really tell them, oh yeah, you're going to get something from me. So, I think that's something that super cute, super fun, easy to do, not too expensive. I think it'll, like I said, I think it'll cost me like $4 to mail out those boxes. So, you know, overall, if you think about the lifetime of your client, you know, potential referral business, getting in front of them again, I think it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I mean, if it's in your marketing budget, right? Like, you know, and you could obviously do something totally different. You could drop by, you could do something like, I mean, I think my scratch offs, people love that. And depending on the client, they're younger, like my age, and we had a great relationship. I'd say like, hope you get lucky for your birthday. Ha ha. You know, like something in the card like that. where, or, you know, cheers, here's to, you know, good fortune in the new year. Although it sucks if they don't win, because then it's like, you know, doesn't really make sense. But I do think that the little scratch offs were a hit for a long time. Any questions on any of those things or any other ideas that people have done that have won over really well?
I would
Okay.
say,
I know
Go ahead.
like I've done before. I actually like never have time to do the pop-offs, like the pop-bys, because I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna drop them off. I'm gonna drop them off. And one year, like I actually went and I started dropping them off, and I only made it to like 3 houses. And then I was like, okay, well now I'm like awful because I dropped it off to 3 people and not everybody else. So I now always ship mine. So I do the same thing. Like I do the little like bubble bags, you know, and then I do the ornaments also. So I do the ornaments in like little bubble bags, and then I just drop them all off and ship them all. And then I actually text them and say like, hey, keep an eye out. Like I just sent something your way, whatever. But I can't do the pop-bys. I'll never make it to everybody.
Yeah, I mail my ornaments. So I do the same thing. I
Mm.
buy gold bubble wrap or bubble mailers on Amazon. That way it's like shiny, it's fun, it's festive. And then people are like opening their mailbox and there's something fun in there that they didn't order. So it's nice to have something like that. So I usually mail my ornaments. Last year I did clear acrylic circle ornaments, and I made this like super cute design on Canva where it was a snow globe. And then I put the ornament inside the snow globe. So the ornament was actually like the front of the snow globe. So it looked really cute. And I had some cute saying on there. And then I just mailed those all out to all my clients who closed that year. So I only do that for my buyers for that year, obviously. Nikki, what were you going to say?
I was going to say my struggle is getting them all to them, you know, because usually it's too big to mail or what have you. But my next question was going to be, what do you do for your sellers if they're still local?
So if they're still like for the sellers who are like currently on the market,
Yeah.
or I mean, I would still do the drop-offs, like, and that's actually something that I was thinking about actually this morning. I was thinking, man, you know, I have like these active buyers, but I don't have their information. I don't know where they live, but those would be the people who you also want to include in these drop-offs, because you never
Forewarn.
Right. Oh yeah.
Forewarn them.
Well, that could be creepy, but you could just say like, hey, I want to drop something off. Like, can you send me your current address? And
Well, if
when
you
I
have their pre-approval, their address is on there too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Or in my Google intake form, I do ask for their current home address. So if I have that, again, it's just consistency. If I had every single person fill out the intake form, then I would have it, but I don't have everybody fill that out all the time. So like I have one listing right now, which is actually my aunt's house. So I should add her to the list probably. So I should put her on my list. Oh shoot, I don't have enough. I'd have to come up with something else. But going forward, I think like active clients, active listings, all of those people should have something as well. And sometimes I just do cards for those people too, or like, you know, they would probably be added to my Christmas card list. People who moved out of state, I try to get their list, or let's say I had one client who sold his investment property. So I send stuff to his current home. So he's on my list. He's one of my people on my list because I've done 2 deals with him already. So he's definitely on my list to drop off when I go and do the drop offs. I think I've never done the drop offs before. So I could see where it could be a little bit tough when you're dropping things off and then somebody opens the door. And then you got to chat, and that I feel like that could take a long time. Or if somebody wants to show you what they did to the house already and stuff like that, I feel like that could take a long time. So my thought, I've done this before too, and it was super easy. I have done drop-offs where right before Halloween, like about a week and a half before Halloween, I bought them previously, but a whole big box of full-size candy bars on Amazon. It was like $18.99 for 30 bars or something like that, and all full size. And I put a note on there saying like, here's to being the coolest house on the block. And then I dropped off those to everybody, and I just dropped it off on the porch. I didn't knock. I didn't do anything. I just dropped it off and ran. So the people who had like a Ring doorbell, I just waved to it and then walked away. But otherwise, I just text people and said, hey, I dropped something off after I left. I would say, hey, I just dropped something off at your front door. It will melt. Grab it as soon as you can. So that, and if it was like indirect sunlight, I would like hide it off to the side, but I didn't really have any issues with that. People thought it was so cool. One of my clients, as soon as they bought it, as soon as they opened it, he sent me a picture of their daughter eating one of the Milky Ways out of it. And I was like, those are supposed to be for your trick-or-treaters. He's like, oh, my kids would never. Like, they had to break into this box immediately. And I was like, well, enjoy it however you wish. I hope you guys have a good, good Thanksgiving, good Halloween. And they love that. So just those little things. And I only did it for my buyers for that year. So I went back from everybody who bought from October earlier in that year, they all got that box. So, and I was going to do that this year. And I, again, plan ahead or, fail. And I did not plan ahead for that, but you do have to buy those candies early or the prices skyrocket. So I think I bought them in like July or August. So then I had them I think I bought them in August, and then I had them for Halloween. And it was, like I said, I think it was like 30 bars or something like that for $20 or something. It was pretty inexpensive, and again, in the whole scheme of things, $20 for, oops, I just moved you guys, $20 for all of my buyers for that year, and obviously we weed out, if we had buyers we didn't really vibe with, I didn't send to them. I just did to my people who I really, really liked, really connected with. And, especially if they were local. I had one that I really wanted to send to, but they were like an hour away. So I actually shipped theirs directly to their house. And they thought that was super cool. Okay, I'm going to show you one other one that I did. So I'm going to give you two variations of what we can do. So what I did is I had this idea of, for one of my summer open houses, I was going to do these cute little ice cream truck boxes. So these came on Amazon. They're super cute. They do actually have like little wheels you can pop on here too. I don't see why, but the box all goes together. It's got little sticky tape already on it. You just have to fold it all up, but I did destroy the top. So you do have to be careful trying to put it together. But so what I did with this one is, when I have a client who has a little kid and we're going to list their house, I always have them like make a deal with me that they're going to help their parents keep their room super clean. So their job is to make sure that their bed is made before showings, that they have all their clothes picked up and their toys are put away. And if they make a deal with me that they're going to do that, then I'm going to give them a special treat when we're able to move out of the house. And they think it's the coolest thing ever. So I always ask, what's your favorite treat? So this little girl told me ice cream. So I went and bought a $10 Dairy Queen gift card, and I just stuck that in the little box for her. And I gave it to her parents at closing. So then she was able to open her own little box, and it had her little Dairy Queen gift card in here. And she thought it was so cool that she could go up and pay with her gift card. And her parents sent me a picture of her with chocolate all over her mouth. And she was like, well, that was a hit. And I think we have enough here for 2 visits. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that. So I thought that was a super cute way of doing this, to give to your clients, or to your kids or whoever. You could do this with your clients' kids. My idea was to do these little ice cream boxes. So I bought this little ice cream kit. So it's hard plastic, so reusable hard plastic little bowls. And it does come with like a cute little ice cream spoon.
Cute.
And so, I just realized I don't think it'll fit in this box. Oh, it will. So I put it in the box. I actually bought a bunch of, and I forgot to grab them out of my cabinet or my closet, but they were sprinkle samples. So little individual packets of sprinkles. So I was going to put that in this little box. And then I bought these little individual ice cream scoopers. So it's all going to kind of go in. It's probably not going to close. It's actually definitely not going to close, but still cute, still will work. And then of course, some kind of saying on it for, keeping it cool in the summer or something. I don't know what I was going to say, but, super cute idea. Again, fun for the summer, something to do differently, for your either pop-bys or for your open houses or something along those lines. And I have bought multiple different kinds of these ice cream trucks. So this is another one. It's more like pastel-y pinks and greens. And then obviously the super yellow one. So there's a bunch, you can buy them, and there's adorable like gingerbread houses and stuff like that. So if you want to do something more holiday themed or something like that, or just little house boxes, you can buy stuff like that too. All on Amazon, super easy. But cute ideas, different things to think about giving out for your open houses and, you know, pop-bys. I really think that the pop-bys are a great way to stay present with your clients, right? Like I know it's really hard to make sure that you're getting out there and doing these things, but I think it's really smart to do. Another thing that we're doing, Brooke is helping me with this or has helped me with this, is creating for everybody who bought like 2 years ago or earlier, doing like CMAs for each person per year, sending it out saying like, hey, here's how much equity you have in your home and what can you do with that equity. So like one of my clients is actually pulling out some of her equity to pay off some bills, help with Christmas, you know, a bunch of different stuff. So like things like that to really help you, because you might not realize that you have that money sitting there that you could use to help redo your kitchen or your bathroom or whatever. So different ways that you can actually utilize some of your money that you have in your equity. It's a great way to connect with your clients. Or we also put people on neighborhood drips. So neighborhood, like what's sold in your neighborhood. Brooke, do you want to talk about that a little bit and how you did that?
Yeah, I actually, I did it all through 𝗡𝗶 It's actually an option. If you use 𝗡𝗶 they have a neighborhood watch section. So you can go through and choose like the exact neighborhood, or you can go through and choose based on zip codes, cities, however you want to do it. And it'll automatically set it up that you can have it go out once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. So we have ours going out every month. And then also, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
My AirPod just died, that's why. So then it goes out once a month, and then I also have it set up where it sends them a button where they can choose and see how much their house is worth now, because they're looking at their neighborhood, right? And then they can see how much theirs is worth as well. So it's super easy if you have 𝗡𝗶. So any of you obviously can reach out to me through Facebook on Modern Agent, and I'll show you how to do it.
Perfect. Love that. That's something that I thought was super important, because we want to stay top of mind with, you know, not only like things like this, but like actual information that they can use. So to be able to keep people in the know about what's happening in their neighborhood or nearby is something I think is really, really helpful for clients to know, where do they stand in the market right now, right? So I think that that's something that is an awesome idea. Megan, do you do anything? Do you do anything like this for your clients right now?
I have been lazy because kind of what we've discussed of like buying stuff and then you don't get it done in time. I'm really good about like kind of what you were saying, the boring birthday stuff. I do like a lot of cards with scratch offs for different holidays. I've done pop-bys, and then I like kind of what you're saying, like put it on the doorstep and like run as fast as I can to my car, which I know is like not, you know, you go through other trainings that are like knock on the door, have this big conversation. For Valentine's Day one year, I did like when you put all the dry ingredients of cookies in a ball jar with like pink and red M&Ms, and then printed off like a cute little saying with the instructions. But I was like, that took a lot more time and effort than I expected. I'm trying to think, like one year because I'm obsessed with ranch dressing, like Hidden Valley, Target advertised me, I feel, for Halloween, and had like little mini ranch packets that you were supposed to pass out for Halloween. So I bought
Oh my God.
ranch buckets, I bought like the little like tin things from Target that were Halloween themed and put like candy. And then I gave like my top 20 people like a gift card for pizza with the ranch and then Halloween stuff. But I need to get better at doing this because I sort of have dropped the ball on doing all this. I think the hard thing is like you have these high hopes and expectations, and then you're like, oh shoot, I haven't done this. But
Well,
I think seasonally helps too. So it's like it's not you have to do it before Halloween. If it's like fall themed, you have a little bit more of a grace period.
Well, and I think too, like, keep in mind, like, we're at the end of the year, starting planning for next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're planning ahead, so like, I know I've talked about her a million times now, Amanda Albright, like, she prints all of her stuff, like all of her mailers for the whole year. She bulk prints at the beginning of the year. So everything is ready to go. So all she has to do is assemble and mail them out. She doesn't have to print, wait, get them. And, you know, she's not waiting to the last second, which, like, for me, with these things, like, I mean, I was waiting till the last second. I just bought them last
Yeah.
weekend. So, you know, if you're thinking ahead and you're thinking, okay, I want to do something for Valentine's Day. Well, let's start thinking about what we could buy for Valentine's Day and get them ready in January. So they're ready to go by the first of February. So you can do it. Or maybe you want to do something for St. Patrick's Day or just something spring. So here's what I did. Dollar store had like pots, like little cute pots, seed packets, which, by the way, if you're ever doing seed packets for like flowers, the dollar store, they're $4 for $1. If you buy them at Target, they're like somewhere between 70 cents or $1.75 per pack. So buy them at the dollar store. And then, so if you want to do something like that, like spring flowers, I love forget-me-nots, because obviously, like, the whole idea is like, we don't want them to forget us. So forget-me-not flowers, they have Cosmo, wildflowers, all kinds of stuff. So you can mix and match, but so I bought like a bunch of little pots, little mini shovels, gardening gloves, and like some packs of seeds. Again, this is one of those things where I bought all the stuff and never did anything with it, but I was just going to do like 5. Like, I wasn't going to do something big. I was going to do them for some local people, just drop them off. I still have all the stuff in my closet. I'm sure I will hopefully do them this spring, but I bought like lettuce and dill. And I was trying to think of like some cute phrases like, you know, real estate's a big deal, you know, make sure that you use me for your real estate or whatever. Or like, let us be the one that you call when you want to buy or sell. So like, I wanted like some cute catchphrase, and then I got sidetracked and I never did. But, you know, something like that, like planning ahead, like thinking what you want to do each year, like what are there certain holidays or certain seasons that you want to hit harder. I do feel like winter, like, you know, let's say you do a pie event for Thanksgiving. So you do a pie giveaway, and then you're doing Christmas ornaments, and then you're doing, you know, like all these different things. I feel like so personally, I do my Christmas cards or my ornaments. And then in January, I'm hitting them again with their Alta statements from the year, you know, from this year.
Yeah.
So they have it for taxes. And then, so I feel like I'm kind of heavy in the end of the year. So I want to like spread that out, because we have to think too, we want those people to think about us when they're ready to list, like in spring. You know, a lot of people want to wait till spring all the time. So depending on your market, here in Michigan, people are always like, spring is the magic time when everybody wants to list. So hitting those people in like January, February, all those are important. So maybe like New Year's or, you know, spring is on the way or something like that. Market Dwellings has super cute stuff. And I did not know this, but I just did it. I messaged them and asked, because I hate that they have the business card holders. I don't want to send my business cards all the time. I just feel like sometimes that's cheesy depending on your client. So I asked them if they could do it without that. And they're like, oh yeah, for sure. Just send us a message and we can customize it however you want. So they could add in all kinds of different things. If you wanted a vertical card instead of a horizontal card, they can edit all of it. You just have to send a message to them to go. I would just send them a message first and find out how they want you to do it. But Market Dwellings does a great job. And if you want 10% off, you can do Nicole Elizabeth as your code and you can get 10% off all your stuff. So I've done in the past, I did for several years, I did their St. Patrick's Day mailers, and it was like, you know, I won the lotto with a client like you, and the O is a circle, obviously. So I would put a shiny penny on there, and they even give you like the double-sided sticky tape, and you put a shiny penny on there, and then you put your scratch off ticket on it and just mail those out. Those were always a hit. Those were one of the biggest things. People loved those. They have all kinds of cute things like Easter ones that are like, you know, reach out if any of your peeps need real estate stuff or whatever, and like little cute peeps on there. And that would also be a cute pop by as well to, put a bag of peeps on there and send that out to all your clients, or you can mail them if you wanted to, or drop them off. So cute things like that. But Market Dwellings is a great resource. Obviously Canva is super good. You can create all your stuff on Canva. You can print it directly in Canva, or you could download it and print it somewhere else. There's so many different options. Brooke and I just did a holiday guide that has been a huge hit too. I've had a lot of people reaching out to me about this holiday guide. So you could do guides for like a fall guide. That is something that you can market to your clients with all of your, like all the fall things. So all the, pumpkin patches, cider mills, different things. Or if you're in a certain area where there's like a different market or a different niche thing, like maybe you live by the ocean and they have different things going on. I don't know. I don't live there, so I don't know what kind of things would happen. But go ahead, Brooke. It looks like you want to say something.
I was gonna say, I think too, like with the guides, like if you're thinking like financially too, the guides you could always print and mail. Like you don't have to do them virtually like we did. It's obviously like free to do it virtually. Another thing too, I've done the peeps thing before, which is why I thought of that too. But I've actually, because I don't want to spend too much, because I get excited about doing all these things. I think they're all so fun and so cute and I want to do all of them. But if you take your clients and say like, okay, if you closed January through March, then I'm going to do, the Christmas, I'm going to do something for, going into summer, 4th of July. And then if you close towards the end of the year, I don't want to send you something for Christmas because you like literally just closed. So I might do like Easter for you, like break them up. Not everybody has to get everything, right? Like you can kind of start to separate them and stagger, so you don't have such a big expense every time you want to do it.
Well, and also think about your other connections. Like Megan, for instance, like you have your hands in everything. Like I feel like you are at every event, every day of the week, you're at something. But like think about those connections, those community connections that could be sending you business, or that like Nikki, you're part of the Women's Council of Realtors. So like think about your people who are also the other businesses that you mix and mingle with, like doing drop-offs for them, or your favorite vendors or your lenders or your title companies. People love that stuff. And think about the people, I mean, a title company, you're not really going to get business from them, but maybe think about those people who you would get business from, like, the estate sale companies, the lawyers, the attorneys, the movers. Like who could you potentially, obviously probably not a mover, but they're called at the very end. But, think about some of the people who you do business with, or think about your top 50. Maybe you have a friend who is constantly sending you friends, who always wants you to work with their realtor. So think about, maybe make a list of your top 50 people. Maybe you have a client who always is liking your post, who always comments on your stuff. Those people who are constantly supporting you and sending you business. Make sure you're thanking them. So like I have a client who I shouldn't even say she's my client. She was my old neighbor. She referred me her parents. She posts me in mom groups all the time. She's constantly trying to send me business. Like she's on my list all the time to send stuff to. So like I have her like she gets a birthday card from me. Like she'll, every now and then I'll send her something, or I make sure to invite her to my client events. Even though she's not really a client, she's still my top person that I want to make sure is keeping me in mind. Maybe your hairstylist, your nail person. Like at my nail place, I've been chicken to ask, but she's got like a little QR thing with her Venmo, and she has a company business card for somebody else in there, not a realtor. But I was thinking, I'm like, I wonder if she would like let me like stick my business card in there too. And that way, like it's sitting right there and you're just getting your nails done, looking at all the stuff while you're getting your nails done. Like, why not have a business card there? Or ask if I could put like a little thing together with like, $200 off, I don't know, an inspection or something like that if you use me, and then have that sitting next to my nail person every time, and then give her, split it. Say, listen, if you get me business, if you let me put this out here, anyone who comes and says, I found your information at the nail salon, I'll give you $200 or something like that. Like, are they going to say no?
So I get my hair done every week. Like I get a blowout just because I have extensions. So I actually talked to them and they said I could do it. So like the little like hair ties like that everybody likes now so they don't crease your hair. These are branded to the salon. And I was like, what if I just got these and branded them to me for real estate and left them up here? And they were like, oh yeah, for sure. Like 100%. So I like did orders for the hair ties, and then my salon will just have them and they sit by the front desk. They're so cheap, but like I wear one every day, like, because these are expensive, like at Target, but they're cheap if you order like
Yeah.
hundreds at a time. that's
Angie
kind of
wants
fun.
to know where you got them. Where are you getting the custom hair ties?
Oh gosh. Let me look up my email, see if I can find it before the last couple minutes here.
Well, I've seen people doing those too, and like they put them at their gym, or they put them like, you know, pickleball is such a big deal now. Like people are doing stuff like that for pickleball. I've seen people creating like pickleball paddles. So like Julie, my friend Julie wants to do pickleball paddles to give to her friends because she's met a lot of people through pickleball. So like, again, like you can literally like think about where you spend your time, right? Like I know a lot of people get business from like, maybe you have like one of our girls on our team, she's a hockey mom. She's like, her kids are long time graduated, but she still has all these connections from hockey moms. She's gotten a ton of business and referral business from that. So think about maybe how you could hit that for kids sports or kids activities, or maybe, you know, your activities, like maybe you do pickleball or you do yoga or you go to a certain gym, or like Brooke just said, she goes to the certain hair salon. Like how could you work with them in a way that potentially could bring a lot, hair ties for dance, like stuff like that, like all kinds of stuff. And, you know, gear it towards the parents, but like, because obviously like the kids, like they don't care what's on their hair. They don't care if it says a word on it or not. But think about like how you could do this for dance parents or kids or whatever. Like just think about all of the things that you do that you could potentially incorporate into your business for referrals. Trying to think of like other things like PTA. So like doing like maybe you have kids in school. So maybe you do like ask the principal if you could bring in Jimmy John's for teachers and just get like a whole big Jimmy John's thing and just say provided by blah, 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 you know, your information. Donuts. Like I cannot tell you how, like we all go to the dentist. I worked as a dental assistant for 15 years. We loved when people brought us in food. If you bring us in some soft pretzels, food, donuts, like people freaking love that. So think about different businesses that you could do that. Maybe your dentist, maybe not your doctor's office. I don't know how often you go to your doctors. Maybe you love your doctor, your chiropractor. Like think of different places that you go that would love to have something like that. Or maybe they don't get things like that very often. Like we would remember who brought us in donuts. Like we knew who was that, that client's on the schedule today. Oh, I hope they bring us something good. Or like, you know, just literally provided by so-and-so, stick it in the back, stick it in the lunchroom. People love that. So if you're a baker, we used to have people who would bring us in big trays of cookies, all different kinds of things. Like we loved that. Like, so think about the ways that you could potentially do that. Same thing, do the like, buy a home with me. I'll give you $200 off your inspection. And it just comes off as a credit at closing. You just sign an addendum saying that you're providing a $200 credit for closing costs. That's all. So, and you can do that. So just you just have to make sure it's documented. So, you know, I think that that's something that is really, or $200 off closing costs for any client who buys a home with you in 2025. You can do stuff like that. So just think about the ways that you could potentially market yourself. Brooke and I just had a conversation. I'm getting ready to start marketing into a very high-end neighborhood. And we're trying to think, there's 4 realtors total, including me, how we're going to be totally different than those other ones. So we have some fun ideas up our sleeves on how we can market ourselves to be completely different than the boring realtors that they already have. So think about how you can be a little bit different, think outside of the box. You don't have to do the same boring mailers that everybody else does, or the same. I mean, it is great. You see the same faces in the mail all the time, but how can you be different? How can you set yourself apart from everybody else? And I think doing these things, I bought 7 houses. Not a single realtor has ever kept up with me, ever. Really.
Wow.
And like, I never have gotten a mailer. I've never gotten a card. I've never gotten anything from any realtor I've ever worked with. So I do sometimes think maybe I'm a little weird. Is it weird to get like a birthday card from your realtor that you bought with 4 years ago? But then I'm like, you know what? Who cares if it's weird? If they want to throw it away, that's fine. I don't care. But at least they're remembering my name. I am specifying more now. I used to just sign it like Nicole Elizabeth. And I was like, people might not remember who I am. So I just put your favorite realtor, Nicole Elizabeth. And now people know. So, and maybe that's a little egotistical to say like your favorite realtor, but whatever. If they want to throw the card away, they can. Who cares? I don't care. They're just thinking about me again, right?
Yeah.
So, I want to wrap things up because we're at noon. Does anybody have any other ideas or questions or want to elaborate on anything that we talked about today?
No,
This
I
was
think it was
amazing.
really good. You gave us some good ideas.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Megan, what are you going to do? What's your first thing you're going to do this year? Tell me.
Well, I'm just gonna copy your idea. I was literally Googling like the little coffee mugs to do like a hot cocoa something or other for the end of the year really quickly. And then
Are you
make
talking
a
about like
plan
what
for
I
next
did?
year.
Are you
What?
talking about these little guys? Or-
Yeah.
I mean, I got these at Home Goods. Go look at Home Goods right here.
Okay.
Like check TJ Maxx too, because you know sometimes they overlap. But I got them at the Home Goods on Maple, so maybe
Oh,
check
yeah,
the Home
by
Goods
us.
in Arborland. They might have them. But it was
Okay.
a whole big pack. I was like, as soon as I saw them, I was like, okay, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like, who doesn't love mini everything? Like,
I know.
everybody thinks they're the cutest thing. So finding that, and then I was looking at candy. I was just gonna throw some candy in the bag, but then I was like, okay, it's a house, it's gingerbread, it's cute. Like, it's so like whimsical. I'm like, that's perfect. I'm just gonna buy those. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but $15 for 12 is really not that bad. It's just kind of heavy on the chocolate. That's the only thing. So like, again, if people don't like it, it's a good little stocking stuffer. They could stick all these little things in stockings for other people or regift it if they want to. I don't care.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to give them something, right? So what they do with it is on them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Megan, what did you forward? What did you send?
These were the mugs that the little sleeves that like 120 of them for $16.
Oh, cute. I'm going to copy the link because I want to see what it looks like. Oh, cute. Yeah, that'd be so cute. You could buy like little, cute little mugs. Adorable.
And then like kind of what you said, like put stuff in them. This year I don't have time to do that many, but for next year, and kind of to your point, what you were saying earlier, some of the people that like your mover or something that might not be a referral source, but like people that you want to make sure give you good service so that you look good for your clients, you know? So sometimes just thinking about the people that like aren't likely going to refer you business, but more of like, you want them to be happy that your clients called them, you know?
Well, and so also just thinking out loud, like I do appraisal packets where for my listings, I meet the appraiser. If I can't meet the appraiser, I leave the stuff at the house. Like maybe schmooze them a little bit with a little coffee mug, little stuff in there, leave it on the counter, and then they can take that with them. Inspectors, my inspector, one of the first few times I met them, he would say, hey, give me your business card. And he would run to his car, laminate my business card, and he put it on a little luggage tag and gave me that as like a little thank you. And I was like, that's such a cute idea.
That's awesome.
And I mean, obviously it had nothing to do with his business, but he was like, oh, let me have your business card. I want to go do something for you. Made this like cute little luggage tag and handed it to me. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. And I use it on my luggage. So it's just something like a little outside of the box. It does not cost him hardly anything. And then it's just like a thing that he's doing for me as a client, as like a thank you for using them for their business. So think of stuff like that, that people, you know, like a luggage tag, people don't think about that stuff. So, I mean, that would be something that you could do for, you know, take it to your, you know, one of your lenders, do something like that for your lenders, or do so, like, you don't have to do that, but like what you were just showing, like those little sleeves, like I was just picturing, buy the disposable cups. They're so cheap. Go to Gordon Food Service, or you could probably buy them on Amazon. Stick like a coffee, like you could go and buy one of those big boxes of like hot cocoa mix, and you have all the individual wrap bags already. Stick a little bag in there, stick some of those like these little guys in there, you know, for $10 for 30, so cheap. Stick one of these in there, stick like, I don't know, little chocolates in there or something, like little
Yeah.
indoor chocolates or something, and then have that for your clients. Like that's just a cute little thing that you could do that I don't think would break the bank at all. So, and you could do, they have those coffee sleeves that you can customize too. So if you want to think like way far ahead, maybe do like a cute little winter scene on the back, have your logo on it. I think the only thing is it's disposable. So maybe think about a way that you could find something that they would keep, like Nikki's mug or something like that. But in the short term, I think it's super cute. But okay, well, let's wrap things up since we're at a little over noon. Thank you guys all for coming. I'm super excited for the new year. Start planning ahead. This is business planning season. Plan out your months. Honestly, I think it makes a huge difference if you think about your quarters and what you want to do each quarter. Why is Jeremy trying to join us right now? Join us at the 10 minutes after. I'm not even going to let him in. So, you know, think about what you want to do for each quarter, or if you want to do 2 big things, or maybe just one big client event. Maybe you're still trying to figure things out. Maybe you don't have, and this is one thing I was going to say, like Brooke, I know she's newer. So maybe teaming up, obviously, Nikki, with you and bringing her clients and doing a client event. I have done client events with another realtor for years, and it works out great because we're splitting the cost. It's a lot more effective that way. I brought in a lender to help me with my last client event. So like thinking about how you can utilize your partners and stuff for some of this, maybe some of your business partners want to co-brand some of the stuff, or if they want to come and do like a big giant mega open house with like a coffee truck or an ice cream truck or something like that, then you could co-brand some of this stuff with them and take some of that cost off too. So just think about that. Maybe your lender that you work with all the time also wants to send a Christmas present, and maybe you guys work together on how you could do something together for all the clients you close that year. So think about how you could cut some of that cost too, and maybe they can delegate some of that out to some of their people instead of you having to do all of it. All right, my voice is hoarse. It's time to go. We will see you all next week. We are going to be taking off the 24th, obviously, and the 31st. So we're going to be back next week. And then after that, we're going to be off until the new year. So I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. And then we'll see you in the new year after that. So thank you. Thank you guys all for joining. I am so glad, Megan, I'm so glad you came this time.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was great.
All right, great. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.